Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to put together the Easter lamb treat box from Simply Crafty SVGs. So first we're going to get the piecing, the major part of the little piecing out of the way, all these little pieces. So first we want to put together the eyes. I'm going to use this little tool which has a little sticky thing at the end to pick up the little pieces, the eyepiece to put on the larger eyepiece, and I'm just lining them up. So it does help with really little pieces. Sometimes it works really well for me, sometimes it doesn't, depending on how small the pieces are. I'm going to put them in my little embellishment bowl so I don't lose them, because I can lose them very easily. That is a freebie on our website if interested. I actually made them for the intention of holding those little pieces so I don't lose them after I cut them. And these are for these are the ears, so you just want to center those pieces. And then we'll do the little hoofs, and just make sure you have the little brown portion situated right, because they're not exactly symmetrical. So make sure you. I usually put them down on my workspace the way that they'll go, so I don't have to guess when I'm gluing them. So do all the organization first, so you have the left and the right, so I know when I'm doing it. Of course, I'm going to put them all in a little embellishment bowl so I don't lose them. And then we'll do the flowers. And that was the nose. So you can see I already curled one of the flowers, so I'm going to just take this is just a chopstick, a wooden take-out chopstick. I'm just curling the ends of the petals. And then I'm just going to add a little dot of glue to the first one on the bottom, and then rotate this top one so it's just the petals are opposite to each other. They're filling the empty space. And then you can kind of play around and lift them a little bit to give them more 3D effect. Then I'm adding the little middle of the flower. Then we'll put that aside for now, so we can go on to the next step. So now we're just going to glue together the panel. So I already did 2 of them. So they just center. So there's 3 of them total. There's not one on the front, but there's one on the 2 sides in the back. And I would highly recommend that you pre-fold your box on the score lines, and see that it won't fit that way. So just make sure you fit it that way. But just in case you were wondering. And you see I just center it on each side, or you will see that's the first one. And then we'll add these other 2. Now, because this is a really simple treat box, you actually could do it in any order, but it's better to do a lot of it when it's flat, for me at least, especially when you're doing panels and things like this. So with that said, we're going to continue piecing together the lamb. So you can see the mouth is a little cut out. I just kind of inked around it, not inked it, kind of chalked it to make it a little darker, but you could use a pen. We're going to go ahead and close the side of this box. We're not going to close it completely up to make it the box yet, but we're just going to glue this tab together. So you're aligning that right edge to the tab fold. But we'll continue working with it flat. So that's an optional piece if you wanted the box a different color. So you don't need that piece. I know it's confusing, but let's say you wanted to have a pink box. You could put that on the top and still have a white portion of the body. So anyways, I just wanted to give you an option if you didn't make a white box. So first we're going to place the ears. So we're going to put the ears on before we put the head. So you just want to put them in the shape there on the box. Just line it up and do the same for the other side. Then it'll give it more of a 3D effect with the head on the top. See, it just fits right in that space. And if you did have a different color box, that's where that white piece goes. Okay, but we're going to put it aside because we have a white box. So if you didn't use the same color box, that's really the only reason why I included that. And we need to line it up, so I'm just carefully trying to get it in the right position. So it helps to kind of touch the edges to make sure it's in the right place. You can flip it over too. Then we're going to add the eyes. Like I'm putting the eyes there so I know how far down I want them in retrospect to the top of the poofy hair thing on the top. What is the top of a lamb's head called? I'm not quite sure. So that's not the way to put the nose. Here we're going to flip it around. And we're going to put it right at the top of that cut. So again, that cut that you see in the face, that actually is a cut. You could use a pen to accentuate it rather than doing a whole die cut. So I kind of got stuck there for a minute, but at least I was able to explain some things. And we go ahead and place that nose. And then I just kind of placing where I want the eyes to go to dry fit them before I glue them on. I don't have any markings or anything to tell you where to put the eyes. I'm not, if you're watching any of my other videos, some things I'm just not stringent on because I think a lot of it is people want to be creative. And you'll notice I chalked the ink, chalked the cheeks too a little bit. Then I'm going to take a white pen and just kind of create little marks for the eyes, little accents. And that's a white gel Sakura pen. Should have information below in the video to tell you what it is if you're interested. And then we'll go ahead and add that top piece. And I did emboss it with, it's a new kind of embossing folder I found. It might not be new, but I'll have the link, the information below. I may not have a link, so I don't have links for everything. Those are links to my Amazon store, but it's just to help you. But there's a disclaimer, I do get a little bit if you do purchase from our links. So, and we want to line up that egg to the bottom of the box so it doesn't go beyond that fold on the bottom. And then we'll just go ahead and place the arms so they'll fit a certain way. So you want to find the curve, which is further up. It's funny, I design these things, sometimes I forget how, I see how they were, but when I cut them out, because I cut a lot of designs at once, usually, I don't know, my head just forgets things. But it does fit right in to the curve. I made it so it just kind of goes, it's the same curve, you want to get it right there. And you could pop those up, those would be fun to pop up with foam tape, I would think, but I didn't. Then last, if you prefer to use it or not, you can go ahead and add that flower. This is actually a fun box for a, I would think for a baby shower too, without the egg obviously. So when you close it, you want to do the forks first, the side, and then this little flippy part, the lap part to flip it in. So that's a no glue closure. And that's it. It was just a different thing. I hope you enjoy the box. I had fun making the lamb. I'm starting to get a little bit better at my characters, so hopefully it continues. Thank you for watching.